I don't know what happened then. I forgot how to count. Like I didn't know what numbers were for a little while there.
Because you're
Charlie, you should take it in.
Yeah, I'll
so
take
every
it
day we get to rub shoulders with Titans. It's great.
I know. This is the official podcast, episode 207. We got a real special one today. We're joined by an internet pioneer and also my new arch nemesis when it comes to sex toy collecting, Belle Delphine.
Woo! I'll be my own audience. Yay! Thank you for having me.
Well, we're happy you came on.
Thank you
for coming on.
Yeah, I'm very interested into hearing about your sex toy collection. Very interesting.
That's a good place to start, Charlie.
Yeah,
Definitely
I'm
a good place to start.
Well, so as I mentioned, I'm taking this competition very seriously. So much so, in fact, that my sex toy dealer sent me 3 boxes of 73 dildos. Is that an intimidating number for you, Belle, or is that like amateur shit?
That is absolute amateur. Puh, spit on you. Who are you? Who do you think you are coming up against me? I've got thousands upon thousands just in my basement.
Wait, really? I'm curious.
Yeah, wait, is that legit?
Yeah.
Charlie's quaking in his boots now.
Yeah. I was ready to like flex hard with 70-something. She's over here like, I got 4 million in my basement.
Charlie doesn't even own a basement.
I've been kind of thinking, because you say like, oh, I have a lot, and I'm like, oh shit, now I need to overcompensate, because I was like, oh, I need a couple hundred, but you're back here saying like, oh, I've got loads, and plus I've got this huge like, you know, nemesis sponsor that I'm up against, and I'm like, oh man, I need to overcompensate, so I'm here like like in the middle of the night
Overcompensate,
ordering like loads and loads and loads. So
ordering
depends.
loads.
It'll definitely be a battle.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. I haven't been in, like, I'm not a very competitive guy. I think the last time I was even in a competition was high school basketball and I sucked ass. But I feel like here is when I can really shine when it comes to collecting things to go in assholes and whatever.
Wait, Charlie, weren't you in a massive Twitch tournament for chess?
Yeah, but that's amateur shit compared to sex toy collecting.
Fair point.
Yeah.
I feel like this is both of our niches. Like, we may have failed in everything else in our life, but this is the one thing that we can come up against.
Wow, that kamikaze there.
Yeah.
Took Charlie out with you. I like it.
This is the one thing that I'm very passionate about, so I will fight you to the death with our big Moby
Charlie,
dicks.
now that
That's right. The Moby huge
Charlie, now
showdown.
that you're not really going anywhere during the pandemic, you could just sell your car and repurpose your garage, couldn't you?
Yeah, so like one thing I was thinking of doing is like really repurposing the Moby Huge in all types of ways to fit daily routines. So I could sell my car for more Moby Huges, and I could just like make one into a skateboard to get around the area if I ever need to. Like, there's so many options now.
Yeah,
I thought you
that
said
is
there was
great.
only a few Moby Larges made. Like it's a very niche collector's item.
Yeah, so I think that's an artificial scarcity thing they're doing, because when I bought my 2, they said there was only 3 left, and I checked yesterday and it says there's only 4 left. So I think Mastercock is trying to pull a fast one on us.
Are you questioning the integrity of the Moby Huge line?
Well, then I'm questioning whether or not there are actually only a few left from Mastercock.
Well, I do have to admit, I actually did buy 3 more.
What?
Wait, 3 more Moby Huges?
Yeah, so
Have you
I'll
no
have
honor?
4 in total. I saw your video and I was like, I have to compete. This is my one thing. I have to win.
Well, that's why
That's
they keep
so
running out of
fucked.
them, because you and Charlie just keep buying them all immediately.
4
We're like
Moby
Does anyone else even buy them? Or is it just you two?
I think it's just us.
Probably just us. We're their one demographic, Charlie and Belle.
Why would anyone else buy it though? Anyway.
So what I heard, I don't know if this is true, but I heard there was a porn star trying to like stretch herself enough to be able to at least fit the tip in. So maybe there's like a couple other people engaged in that competition, but
Oh God.
I don't know.
I mean, did you see that one video
Well-
that floated around with like that bald guy who like supposedly put his head inside?
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
it's like a
Oh,
really
yeah, that's
old
a classic.
VHS quality video, right?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like
that's
a,
like 20 years Yeah. old. Good.
Web.
That is an old reference. Yeah. Holy shit. I was The boys back in class were watching that and giggling in like ninth grade.
Yeah, that's one of those. That's up there with like.
I don't think most of our viewers
That's one of the first.
would even know
that's
that.
like one of the first images you see. That's kind of like an indoctrination to the internet, where you're just browsing it like a normal person, and then someone
Yes.
sends you a
you just
shock
come across
website
it.
or something. It's one of those.
It's like
It's one of the pillars
like
of the
Goatsy
internet.
and shit.
Yeah, like Goatsy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would even say that it was one of the first offline viral videos where the internet wasn't even as pervasive as it is today, yet every kid in school had that on their very first phones that had video capabilities.
When you said offline viral things, I thought you meant they like printed it out and passed it around in class. Dude, check this out. It's fucking wacky.
No, you-
Paper airplaning it.
You guys remember those ugly, bulky, fat phones that first had video and photo abilities that looked like fucking sneakers? I don't remember the brand or the model at all.
Nokia?
But
Nokia?
Nokia, probably a Nokia. I haven't even heard that brand name in a while, so probably them. Yeah,
They're the
that's
ones
what
that were
people
built
used
like
to watch it on.
bricks.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
indestructible.
giant fucking phones.
No, you're talking about the 3310. It wasn't that one. That one had Snake though. That one got Snake popular. But I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
the next generation where they had video.
Oh, like the LG
The
View
Razors?
and the Razor,
Motorola
that
Razors?
generation.
No, it was. Oh my god, we're dating ourselves. But it was a different. It was the generation right in between the 3310 and the Razor, basically. I think.
The fuck kind of no man's land is that? I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I don't. Anyway,
I'm too young for this conversation.
reference.
I have no idea any of this stuff.
Please help us, Belle.
I'm sorry, I'm new wave.
No, we're all
sorry,
we're all
this
young.
must be listening.
Goddamn
We're all
boomers.
young.
Must be like listening to fucking old grandpas trying to
Geriatrics.
remember their war stories. Like, no, we shot 2 Nazis. No, it was 3, and it was in the Normandy. No, we were in Germany.
Remember Snake
Yeah,
on the
just so you
phone?
know.
We're young though. We're still young. Jackson's like fucking 18 years old. We're definitely
Yeah.
still
I
young.
just graduated.
Oh, okay.
I just saw that
Yeah.
picture of the man being inserted into someone's vagina.
Jackson
In my
learned what
classroom,
sex was
actually.
through this podcast. He didn't know before.
Oh,
I still
innocent
don't
boy.
know, to be honest. You guys aren't very good teachers. One day.
So I think that's a good transition, Belle. There's something I've definitely wanted to ask for a little while. So, just given your history on the internet, I imagine there's been some like really fucking weird requests you've gotten from some people. Is there any that like really stuck
yeah.
out to you as something like really weird and entertaining that you'd like to share?
Yeah, see, I've watched loads of these kind of documentaries before, and there was one kind of person that other people used to get that I always really wanted. And literally 2 weeks ago, I got it. I got the request that I really wanted, and it was some guy saying, I will come and pay you so that I can clean your fridge.
Yes.
Isn't that great?
Oh my god. What the fuck?
Is that all
Can I get in on that action, please?
Jesus.
What do I have to do? What,
Wait, do you want to clean the fridge, Kyle, or have your fridge cleaned?
no, can I, Belle? Can you send that guy my way? Hell, I'll let him clean my whole house. How about that?
Kaya, no. Think of the poor
Isn't it
man.
great?
That's how
You
generous I
can't
am.
take it, Kaya. That's too much. Come on.
That's way too much.
I know. I
I
guess.
would totally jump on it and say, yes, come forward. But just in case he's like, this is a ploy, because this is the one thing I would actually let someone come into my house for, right? So isn't that the best ploy to like come into my house and then murder me? That's kind of how the route that I go
That's what
down.
I'd be
I
thinking.
mean,
Hey, but think of it on the bright
Yeah,
side.
your
Clean
first has-
fridge. Like, why not?
True.
no. Belle, your first thought has to be, oh, he's gonna rub his dick all over my food, isn't he?
yeah.
That's his deal here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, come in your yogurt and shit. Yeah. It's going to be a mess in there.
Oh no. And it's like, this milk tastes weird.
Did this cheese expire since yesterday?
Why are all of my containers still open? Oh, well, I'm hungry.
A little biome in there, like little mutant cheese monsters from his seed.
The fridge somehow got dirtier. He didn't even do his fucking job.
The fridge is clean, but everything's sticky. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so that's a shame.
Ow. So he
Didn't
would
seem like
pay
a
you.
trustworthy guy.
What's the going rate for that? Like, how much did he offer to pay you to come to your house and clean your fridge?
like a few $100s, I think. That's what he said. Which is quite a lot, right? That's great.
Yeah.
Would he also get his own, like...
Did you try to haggle?
Would he get his own transportation, too? Or his own, like, lodging? Like there's a lot of logistics to this.
Like a
I
private jet?
don't know. Honestly, I don't even know where he lives. I wasn't quite sure if I should respond to it, so I kind of just left it. But it was still very satisfying receiving something like that. And I did think about it. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good offer. If it wasn't from like a weird possible psychopath, I think that'd be a no-brainer right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Most of the time...
Having a clean fridge is my kink. How did he know?
Most of the time, you have to pay people to do that for you, but he was going the opposite route. I would have taken it.
Yeah, selfish fucks.
Yeah.
Trying to earn a
Those
living.
fucking assholes taking money for that shit, they should pay me. A luxury.
Oh my god.
So where do those messages go into? Where did he send that? Is there like like an open like repository for them to drop it off?
I do have an email, but I it kind of just filter out to like reach the business stuff. But he messaged on OnlyFans.
Oh, okay. So it was an OnlyFans request.
Yeah.
Would you accept the offer under like security supervision? Like if you hired Blackwater or something to keep an eye on you and him?
I feel like that's a bit counteractive, paying a security guard to help a guy who cleans my fridge. I might as well just pay the security guard to clean my fridge.
I'm sure you could find people to pay you to be your security guard, so it all evens out.
Yeah, that'd be the worst security in history.
No, you hire an even
he would be the
creepier
deal.
guy.
He
He has to be even creepier and weirder to protect her during this.
Do you know what I could do? I could be the new mega mind Jeff Bezos, and I could have my whole warehouse of people paying to work for me. How about that?
That's genius.
Have a whole factory line.
That would actually probably work too.
Plumbing out my new bathwater line.
You're gonna eventually be like Willy Wonka, and all these dudes are gonna be your Oompa Loompas, just doing your bidding and making your fucking candy.
Yeah, I'll get them all to like dress up in the same weird like outfit.
Yeah, they're gonna sing
can only
weird
speak in
songs.
rhymes.
They're gonna sing weird songs about the shit that happens in your house day by day, just because they want to for fun.
Yeah, like Oompa Loompa doopity doo, let me clean your fridge for you.
Yes. Stop giving me ideas, guys.
Oompa Loompa dumpity Polly fans. I want to sign up for your only.
Are you gonna go all Gene Wilder and invite little kids into the house and then slowly kill them off one by one?
Is that what happened?
It's literally the movie Jackson. He slowly just takes care of all of them.
Yeah.
He kills them.
No, I thought it was the kids that did that. Like the little Violet, whatever.
Yeah, but,
she got stuck in the
Jackson,
pipe. She was the one that went in there.
They have numerous workplace accidents in which children die and nothing happens. The factory just keeps running its merry way.
No, didn't Willy
Gene
Wonka
is
like
just singing?
He scapegoated. He gave the factory to the kid at the end, so now he gets all the blame for the murder.
He signs all of the
like a
liability
scene.
to another child and flies away in an elevator.
It's like, 17 children died here and their souls are haunting us now. Could you sign here for liability, just saying that I'm not responsible for any of their deaths? It's awesome. There's like this one scene where the kid is trying to drink out of the chocolate river and falls in, and Gene is just like, yeah, I guess he's gonna get turned into a chocolate bar
He's
now.
like,
People
he's
are gonna
fat.
eat him.
I don't care.
You know what's really creepy though is that little girl, I forget her name in the movie, but the blueberry girl who gets inflated into a big blueberry. Was it Violet? Yeah. So that spawned a whole fetish.
Yep.
There's people out there who are specifically into Violet inflation, and that poor woman, the movie is old. She's dead by now, and her legacy is a bunch of creeps watching the movie and jacking off every time that 12-year-old gets inflated in the movie.
It's not even her being inflated. There's people who they get themselves or their characters drawn being inflated into a blueberry and having to get juiced.
No. I know that. I'm talking specifically. This is separate from the regular inflation porn. This is specifically blueberry inflation.
Yeah, they draw,
Violet.
they get themselves drawn in artwork, blowing up into a blueberry like she did and getting rolled around and squished. Literally, they want to be her in the movie and they get off on it.
Yep, I have had this.
Yeah, have you ever got a request like that, Belle?
Yep,
Have you ever blown up into a blueberry and had to be juiced by Orange Man?
He wanted me to plump up my cheeks, you know, when you fill up your cheeks and kind of like squish on your cheeks and like get the air out. He was like really into that. So he requested a bunch of those videos, which I did.
Well, yeah, that's pretty easy. How much did you charge for that?
These people with weird requests, I think they kind of know it. So I think they're kind of nervous about asking you. So I think they kind of overcompensate with like the tips or whatever, because he tipped a lot. And I was completely fine to do this for like, you know, way lesser amount. But I was like, yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Whoops.
So
He's not watching the podcast right now. She's safe.
Yeah. So let's flip the script a little bit. What was the most outlandish reward or gesture that you got for something simple? Like, was there ever a guy who was like, I'll give you $10,000 if you wave at me? I'll give you $1 million if you smile. Like, did you ever get any of those people who were just super enthusiastic about nothing?
Well, I did. Before I even started anything like OnlyFans or Patreon, or even was like who I am now online, I used to meet up with this guy, and we would go on like a date somewhere, and he would speak about like, because he was really into computer science and all of these things. So I just sit listening to him go on and on about computer science, sort of nodding my head, barely speaking. It wasn't really about me, and he paid me, I think, £2,000, which must be like $2,500 or something along those lines.
Wow.
And it was crazy because it was really often as well. And it was the way that I found out about him was because he just randomly, I had an Amazon wish list like every e-thought does nowadays, and he just randomly sent me a PC on there. So I was like, whoa, like, who is this person? And then I messaged him, and then he wanted to, you know, meet up with me. So I did, and he just spoke about himself the whole time. It was great. I just sat there and I was like learning all this like crazy level computer science stuff, and yeah, I got paid for it.
So you were just a therapist by that point.
No, not even.
Was it?
Yeah,
was it Edward Snowden?
Yeah, Edward Snowden's real bored these days. I think this is actually quite a common thing, though, is a lot of guys actually do go to people who work in the sex industry and want a sort of therapist relationship. A lot of girls say they get this with guys, you know, lonely guys.
Well, they probably just want to interact with women in any way they
Yeah,
can.
I mean,
People
who are in relationships
they just don't have the confidence, or
people who are in relationships or aren't lonely usually aren't going to be the ones seeking out sex workers.
Yeah,
It goes hand in hand.
true.
I don't know. I mean, Belle, what do you think is like the ratio of people who are married or in a relationship that employ your services?
That's so hard to say because they don't really say it. There are a few that I kind of get a general idea because whenever I send things out like Polaroids or something through the mail, there are quite a lot of people that say the envelope must be discreet. So I'm kind of thinking like, what are the reasonings for that? So I assume, you know, wife or roommates or something like that. But there's quite a lot of people who ask for very discreet mailing. So that kind of gives me an idea.
Makes
I
sense.
imagine it's probably not like a small number of people. I imagine it's probably going to be like a decent chunk, especially in like the current climate of things. I wouldn't be shocked.
what's the current climate of things?
Oh, like so many like married dudes go on like OnlyFans and stuff. I know that for a fact because they talk about it on Twitter.
Married men have been using like chatterbait and shit since the dawn of time, or just like seeing hookers or going to strip clubs. You know, that's been a pretty common thing since marriage existed. For as long as marriage existed, I mean.
I mean, there's whole dating sites for people who are married, right? What was that one that got hacked?
I was just about to bring that
that
up.
was huge.
Oh, I know it.
They immediately got sent into fucking suicide mode.
Right?
Yeah, it was like Ashley
Madison.
Ashley
Madison.
Madison. Okay.
We both got
you're both
got
right.
separate parts of the name.
Cool.
That was cute.
And it leaked not only like passwords and stuff, but account information and usernames, so you could just look up if your spouse was cheating on you on Ashley Madison.
Oh man, I'll tell you, there was one time that I've refunded someone's money completely. remotely. And this was under like exceptional circumstances just because I couldn't hack it. It was so fucked up. So there was this guy, he messaged a lot. He was one of like the big tipper type people. And so I would speak to him often, and he'd tell me about himself, and he worked, and he had a wife. And that's not uncommon. And honestly, it's not my place to say, you know, if you just have a wife. It wasn't my place. So I just, you know, I'd be there, I'd speak to him. And then it kind of started getting weirder. He'd send me pictures of him and his wife and his children. And then I was like, oh, this feels uncomfortable. People don't really do that.
Yeah.
And then it got even worse. And this was the point that I refunded him, because he basically explained how he gets his sweet Asian wife to dress up as me, and there was pictures of her in the pink wig, and I was like, this is so fucked up. And I could almost like see that she was uncomfortable in the picture, and I was like, this is fucked up. I'm refunding your money. And I literally said, take this money and spend it on your family, because I'm not comfortable with me receiving it. It's so
her
weird.
Cosplay of you was that bad?
That woman is dead.
Belle just wasn't impressed. It wasn't up to standards.
Dude, that woman is dead now. But there's a good possibility the moment you dumped him, it was like, fuck, you weren't even good enough to cosplay her. Fuck you. What are you good for?
Man. Yeah,
Oh, you're gonna
ruined
give Belle
marriages.
nightmares now.
I was this close to cleaning her fridge.
Puts the kids in a car, drives it into a river. What's the point of a family now?
Then he turns into a big blueberry.
Oh no, I hope someone doesn't squeeze me. Ha ha ha.
Yeah, what if?
Oh, man.
Speaking of squeeze, Andrew, do you want to talk about Harry's?
I was just about to bring up, I would love to talk about something. My new main squeeze when it comes to razors, if you will.
Nice.
Harry's. Think about it. The name implies what you're going to do with these razors. We got hair. Lots of places on your face and on your body. Who knows? Maybe there's someone in this episode right now who knows about not wanting unsightly body hair. Part of the profession, if you will. And that's why if you're going to shave, you can use Harry's. And you can find Harry's new sharper blades in big box drug and grocery stores near you. But if you shop online, you can redeem a trial offer of Harry's new sharper blades. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, Harry's owns a German factory that has been honing razor blades for 100 years, and they confidently stand by a 100% quality guarantee. They source steel from Sweden and have their entire manufacturing process from R&D to the factory floor to keep their prices low. You can get Harry's sharpest blades ever if you head on over to the grooming aisle in your store, like I said, or you can be a child of the future and go to harrys.com/official, HARRYS.com/official. And new U.S. customers can redeem a Harry's trial set there. You'll get a 5-blade razor, including the newer, sharper blades, a weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and a travel cover to protect your blade when you're on the go, just by going to harrys.com/official and redeeming your trial offer today. You can shave any part of your body. You don't even have to shave. You can display them as a nice little trophy saying, you see those blades over there? They're from Germany. That's amazing. Go to harrys.com/official, redeem your trial offer, try their kit. Let us know what you think.
Epic.
And that leads into a topic I had for Miss Belle Delphine, actually. How much, I don't want to say effort, but have you ever gone to really extraneous lengths for your services, or do you think you kind of sat and looked at what you were doing and went, man, I'm putting a lot of effort and work into this? How hard of a job do you think it is, what you do overall work-wise?
Interesting. Well, obviously, like with any job, or, you know, if you're a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that obviously no one sees. So like I do everything myself. So it's like setting up the lighting and then organizing where I'm going to take the photos and then taking the photos and then uploading them and then speaking to people. I mean, there's so many people that you have to speak to. I think that's the whole premise with OnlyFans is it's the one-on-one speaking, right? And then there's I get wrapped into this and I just forget like, oh shit, I should probably post on Twitter or something. And then there comes like the mega projects that's kind of like the whole YouTube thing or, you know, things like that. But it doesn't take that long to get ready. Probably like an hour to like hair and makeup and stuff like that. Kinda
See, that's why I ask, because that's what in a way frustrates me, because you seem to get all that time and effort and makeup and then you take photos and then it's done for the most part, you know? You put on all these outfits or these costumes or all this setup, and once your photos are taken, that's it. Move on to the next one, and it's like, man, that's a lot of pageantry just for those few photos. Sometimes
you do OnlyFans as well, Andrew.
Yeah, you ruined the surprise, Jackson. Got my OnlyFans. Been putting on my cosplays.
That was a question I wanted to ask you, Belle. Do you see a lot of success from men doing OnlyFans? Like, the only one I can think of is Mikado Avocado, and it's because he does like some really good stuff. Like, he'll throw his legs over his head to have his whole butthole gape towards the camera. Do you see like a lot of success from male OnlyFans?
It depends. There's different demographics for it. There's obviously you've got like the Nico Avocado, which is you know, shock factor stuff, right? It's such good commentary. And I mean,
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, pretty mental. I'm sure he does other stuff. I don't know. But then there's like you know, for content for gay people. But I don't think it'll ever be as successful as some of these Instagram girls, because I think that's where most of the money is put into.
There's just too much mass appeal. Like guys are just so horny online.
Yeah,
like they'll go to extreme lengths to get those nudes.
For nearly any concept that you can sexualize, there's a fetish for it. There's a person placating it. There's people drawing art of it. Everything is served on the internet, whatever your taste.
Like Jackson's friend who
women
draws
are just
porn.
not gonna be ever as horny as men online. And I mean, the only demographic that would even have the slightest chance is, like Belle said, maybe the gay OnlyFans creators. But even then, there aren't as many gay people on the internet as horny straight guys.
I think there are. I think they're definitely a minority, but there are definitely horny women online. But there's just so much supply.
Where?
There's just so much supply. There's just so
Where
many.
do you see them?
there's so many men just ready. Like they're just posting their dicks anywhere that they can. You know, there's so much supply there to meet a very small demand. I think so. Girls get most of the attention when it comes
and obviously
to
there is this whole like culture. I think like rather than like a gay OnlyFans or whatever, I think men are more happy to like feel like they're helping a girl out, right? Like with OnlyFans, like they're giving this girl money to like help her. Yeah, I don't know, like to help her with her life. That's what they kind of like to feel like they're caring for this girl beyond seeing their content. They also want to feel like the alpha guy, like supporting this girl and stuff like that. So there's definitely a thing. I mean, with like it's so huge. Like with Twitch girl streamers, you know, these guys really want to help these people, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's
it's
what they
those
like to say.
parasocial relationships we always talk about.
It's also definitely machismo, where they want to show off and be like, back off, guys. I'm the one who cleaned her fridge, not you.
I was gonna ask about that. So on Twitch, Belle, I'm sure you've heard these stories where some Twitch booby streamer reveals accidentally that she's married, and her moderators in the Twitch chat have a fucking meltdown because they all thought that they were the special boy in her life who was eventually gonna meet her. Have you ever had something like that in your emails or private messages? A guy who was angry finding out that you might not be interested in dating him specifically?
Honestly, I don't actually think I've had many angry guys at me towards that thing. It's more so expectant. Like I have a lot of guys that actually expect to date me, and they're kind of confused when it's I don't know, it's really hard when
back.
such strong emotions come involved. Like they're really like, I love you, and I think about you all the time, and I really have these feelings for you, and we're gonna meet up, and we're gonna do all these things. And then it's kind of it's a hard playing ground because I don't want to, upset them, and I also don't really want to push them away. But I also don't want to corrupt their life. That's what I was going to ask.
Do you kind of like play? Do you kind of like play into that at all to try to string them along so they pay more? Because if I was in your position, I absolutely would.
Only to a certain degree. It crosses a line. I think when I can see that it's becoming negative, if they're like too obsessional maybe, or too I definitely play on the sexual aspect, of course. Like, I want to be their sexual fantasy, right? But relationship-wise, it's weird. I'm not sure.
So,
sorry, the whole sex thing took us aback there. I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I was shocked when I heard that. So,
yeah, Charlie, what kind of guest did you bring on this show?
I'm sorry.
No one ever actually told me what you do, by the way. I've just been guessing. No, I'm kidding, by the way.
So I wanted to. This is probably a question
an only
you
fan,
can't,
if you will.
Yeah, this is probably a question you can't answer, but I'd be very curious. Is there like anyone in the OnlyFans sphere, like anyone that you message with, that you actually have feelings for as well, or is it all just straight business?
Oh my god!
Have you ever fallen for a fan?
100%. I had this one guy, and he was the one who paid for my Skype tier quite a while ago when I had that. And we, obviously I Skyped him because he paid for it, and he ended up being a really, really nice person. And then we'd kind of like keep Skyping, and then it kind of came to the point where it reversed roles. I was asking to Skype him and things like that.
Wow.
Did you clean his fridge?
He played the long con. Holy shit.
God, where's his OnlyFans? I want to subscribe to that shit.
Yeah. That must be one handsome dude.
Yeah, I want to see who this man was.
He wasn't. I've never really been the type of person to fall for stereotypically attractive people. I've throughout my life, I've always I don't know, maybe it's the whole thing, like at school I always hated this whole inferior and inferior thing with like the popular kids and the non-popular kids, and I always never really liked the popular guys because I just didn't like feeling inferior to them or like lesser or weaker in some way. So I always I was so drawn to the internet, and when I was drawn to the internet, it's like humor, right, was my thing. If I found a funny guy, I didn't care what he looked like at all. And in some weird aspects, I actually found myself getting more attracted to guys who are stereotypically not attractive because it felt like I don't know, it was kind of hot to me. I don't know why. But yeah, looks have never been kind of my one priority for guys to be. It's always just humor, I think.
Take that, Chads. See, everyone has a chance.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Well, I mean, humor is kind of the male's survival mechanism, so wholeheartedly believe that. It's not all of us look good. We kind of got to make chicks laugh to be able to procreate.
Yeah, definitely. Humor's very important, I think, as a guy. You can completely make it if you've got a comedy on your belt as well. Even if, regardless of what you look like, there's definitely a girl out there for you, I think.
So, Belle, do you in general feel safe doing what you do on the internet and with your, privacy and such? Because even people where feelings and romantic feelings and sexual feelings aren't involved, even they sometimes aren't safe. YouTubers get swatted on the regular. People show up to their houses just to harass them, and things happen. They get doxxed. How is it for you? Is it do you figure it's worse than other people on the internet, other content creators, influencers? I hate those words, but
I'm not sure if it's worse for me. I mean, because it's hard to say, because I know there are normal Twitch streamers that have, intense problems. Even Twitch streamers who I wouldn't assume would have these offensive fans, right? Yeah. It seems to be non-gender specific, even. Like with Boogie, right? He just got, that was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, poor Boogie.
Yeah.
And that's my point. Even someone like Boogie still has some dude showing up to his house to just harass him and create content out of him, and it must be
it's the internet.
Yeah, even on the smaller scale it happens. You can have Twitch streamers who have 5 viewers per stream, and one of them could still be crazy obsessive stalkery, and you just don't hear about it.
Yeah, I mean,
their only goal is just to fuck with that one person for the rest of the time.
Yeah.
That's just what harassment is on the internet.
I do have to say, I am very, very grateful that I don't actually live in America. I feel like the risk is bigger. I feel like, maybe this is offensive, but I do feel like there are a lot more loonies in America. Like, I don't know, because America's so big, and everyone has access to a gun if they, want to, right? So thank fuck I don't live there. And plus, most of my audience is from America as well. So I feel like that kind of creates a safe gate for me.
Yeah, there's a boundary.
Yeah.
The Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can't cross it. It's impossible.
It's blessed. Yeah, it's like
No one's ever crossed the Atlantic Ocean. It's a
Not yet,
myth.
I mean, most
they'll evolve to swim.
But even outside of America, I think most countries have exceptions for people like you.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I would go. I would say that somebody like you might be able to convince a government that you should have the right to own a gun wherever it is that you live in Europe, even if you move, because, public figures, for example, here in Germany, we have exceptions to the gun laws if you're a public figure who is, threatened on the daily, basically, or who has reason to believe that their life is in danger. The government gives them an exception and says, okay, you may carry a gun around with you at all times.
I mean, I personally find
when
it
that is
quite...
completely off limits to regular people. You might want to look into that maybe in case that fridge guy really wants to show up and kidnap you for his deep freezer.
I mean, we're not even allowed pepper spray here. So,
Really?
Yeah. We're not.
So how do you get?
Where are you? Sorry, I don't actually know where you are. Like
UK. England.
So what's your option for legitimate self-defense? Like, let's say, I mean,
martial arts.
But let's say, I mean, you're a woman, so a lot of you would probably have the qualm of, I don't want to walk at night alone.
A lot of you.
All right, I worded that very poorly.
A lot of you.
What are you gonna do? You're a woman.
A lot of women, I've heard, have the qualm of, I don't want to walk alone at night. You don't feel safe. But if you can't get pepper spray, what's your option? What do you go for?
Absolutely.
Find a man to defend you, Andrew.
It's a
Go
real
looking for
question,
security
though.
services. Andrew seems to be offering.
I'm not trying to offer.
No,
I'm legitimately
Andrew.
asking.
I think it's ridiculous that a lot of countries make it illegal for a woman, say, to carry pepper spray, or a taser or something,
it's
or
not,
one of those little
in
handheld
the
ones.
UK, it's not illegal for women to operate pepper spray. It's
That's
illegal
what
for
she
anyone,
just said.
right?
Yeah.
Wait, is it only women? They don't let women.
No, not only
Jackson,
women, but
you're focusing
I
on the
think-
women aspect. All I was making as an example is, like, for example, my girlfriend, when she lived in Chicago, she would carry a small knife because she didn't feel safe walking alone at night. So,
that's
I'm
America.
wondering what Belle or anyone like her would do if they can't get pepper spray or any of that.
Maybe a slingshot.
What are your do you have legitimate
Yeah.
options? Like, what do? Do you just have to, like, run and find a man, or like what?
A megaphone. Think about it. Megaphone. You can turn that bitch on and shout for help.
Yeah, sure. Rape whistle.
Well, luckily the UK on the most
That'll
part
help.
is very safe. But I suppose if you are, if this is a real big fear for you, I guess, carry a small, like, knife or something in your pocket.
Or your house keys.
Oh, yeah,
I've
you
heard
can't
of
say
house
that in
keys
the
being-
UK.
House keys are a good weapon. Like if you hold the key part in between your fingers and then stab.
No, they're not. This isn't a goddamn movie, goddammit, Jackson. Real life isn't like Marvel movies where a 20-pound woman is tossing around, 200-pound men because she has superpowers all of a sudden. Keys aren't gonna do shit against a very motivated rapist. The idea that women shouldn't be allowed to
shut
carry
up.
self-defense weapons is insane.
I'm saying if they've got literally nothing else, then house keys might.
That's
might
also
at
not gonna
least-
do
House
anything.
It'll
keys
be
not
a
gonna do
morale
anything,
boost.
Jackson.
It'll
It's
be a morale
really
boost.
not.
Your best shot. Your best shot, if you're unarmed, is just to go for the balls, kick him in the balls, and
Yes.
run as fast
That's
as
why
you
I
can.
think
But
I have a-
there's so many articles from the UK and Canada and shit where a woman will defend herself against a rapist using pepper spray and then go to the police to report it, and the police will fine her for having pepper spray.
I actually read that as well.
Like, bitch, she
Jesus.
It happens in the
She
Australia
just
too.
saved herself from rape, and you're fining her because she did.
She didn't have the
See,
police's
that's
permission.
why I think I have a legitimate question. What are your actual options? Like, what can you do to keep yourself safe in the UK?
I I don't know. I don't think we really have many walking around. I mean, carrying a knife is illegal, so you can't really.
Carrying spoons is illegal in the UK, isn't it? There's so many UK police verified Twitter accounts that on the regular tweet photos of, oh, sweep the neighborhood today and got these deadly weapons from a bunch of youth, and they post photos of like butter knives and spoons.
Yeah,
it's
crazy.
Really?
It's a very over. I don't know. It's a really hard situation, but luckily it doesn't happen that much here. It's quite safe. Apart from London, there's a whole problem in London. But yeah,
Yeah, fuck London.
Belle, was it in London where there was this one terrorist who started stabbing people on a bridge, and people had to take a narwhal tusk off a wall at a pub in order to defend themselves?
Yeah, I
you guys remember that news?
Yeah, it wasn't a narwhal tusk, you weird fetishist. It was a fucking walrus
It
tusk.
literally was.
It was a walrus tusk.
Wasn't it?
No, it was a What the fuck would the narwhal tusk be doing in a bar? It was a walrus.
What
the fuck would a walrus tusk be doing in a
bar?
Yeah, like, you know the
look
difference
like,
there.
people
You-
such a
kill
big
wa-
difference.
No, it was a fucking not a narwhal, man. It was a walrus.
I thought it was an elephant horn.
All right, Jackson's insane.
I
my
literally
God.
just looked it up. It was a narwhal tusk.
that's amazing.
Oh, fuck you, Charlie. Can you suck my balls now? Bitch, Charlie, you better show up and clean my fridge, asshole. You were wrong.
It was a
You were
narwhal.
fucking wrong. It was a narwhal
What a
tusk.
story! I killed a terrorist with a narwhal fucking spear.
Holy shit! Yeah.
That guy better be getting free beer in every pub in England. But
Yeah.
he never should have had to resort to that. The terrorist had a knife. Go figure.
Yeah.
The guys who, go around killing people, they don't adhere to the law, so the law-abiding citizen had to grab a fucking narwhal tusk.
Well, this man is a
unicorn
real man
horn
of
in order to fend off.
This guy's a real man of opportunity. Apparently, while the stabbing and all this stuff was going on, 2 other people were trying to fend him off with wooden chairs. But this guy said, no, I've got a real weapon.
Wow.
It's like a WWE match, just breaking lawn chairs on his back. This shouldn't have to happen.
Yeah, it's a
God.
tricky one. Maybe just carry a narwhal spear in your pocket. That seems to work.
Yeah.
That's the new UK
Yeah.
self-defense weapon of choice, animal bones.
This is so silly. Just don't go outside. Just hide. It's easy.
It's the fucking Stone Ages.
Well, I do have to say, I think like the whole security thing definitely is like a fear, because someone actually did come around to my old previous address before, which was really scary. So ever since, I've always had this fear, and I've actually got like a huge lock on my bedroom door. So every time I go into my bed and like sleep, I lock my bedroom door from like the inside, just like a. Just to make me, like, I don't know, extra secure. And, like, I've got this whole routine in my head that I go through. Like, whenever I hear a noise downstairs or something, usually just, like, I don't know, plumbing, I have this whole routine that I go through
is
where I'm like,
crazy.
there's a window, and I jump out the window, which leads to a roof. And I already have it all planned out what I do.
A locked door doesn't seem like enough. You should go the full like Mission Impossible route and have like invisible lasers in your bedroom set up. So when you lay on your bed, the lasers activate. So if a mouse like crosses the laser, like the whole house shuts down.
Someone's gonna sneak
bed
into
rockets out of
someone's gonna
space.
sneak into her bedroom like Tom Cruise zip lining from the roof.
doing
Dodging
flips and
lasers
shit.
and stuff.
Well, then he like
Rappel
Tom
down.
Cruise, he deserves whatever.
I do this.
He's gonna sweat like Tom
Maybe not.
Cruise and catch the droplet of sweat right above her, like, oh, Nichan, you make me so nervous, but I'm here.
And then cum just flies everywhere, basically.
Well, I hope at least that guy smells right. It smells good, right, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm hoping that while he's there, maybe he can take a look in your bathroom, Belle, because maybe he'll say, "Oh my God, I was ready to do some stuff like steal some exclusive pictures or clean her fridge, but I saw she's not using Hawthorne. What? Why am I even here? I'm going to zip line back out. Whoop, there I go. Because you need to use Hawthorne in your bathroom to completely revitalize and give yourself a premium, tailored personal care experience. Hawthorne is the premium, tailored personal care experience for you because it's making it easy for guys to feel and smell their best. You start with a quiz. They'll ask you simple things. Can you answer the following questions? What do you like to drink? Do you smoke? How often do you spend a night out? Well, that was easy. Now, why do you answer that? Because they're going to tailor your products and scents to be for the kind of person that you are. So they can send you personalized gifts for everyone. People you want to give them away to or yourself. Hawthorne is a fun and convenient way to get super high quality products tailored specifically for men. They will even take the risk out of it by giving you free shipping on your order and free returns. If you don't like it, they will even retailer your entire package based on your feedback. You can get special offers for the holidays by going to visit right now at hawthorne.co. That's hawthorne.co, hawthorne.co, to check out their special holiday offers. If you need shampoo, cleanser, lotion, other things you would put on your body to smell nice, well, you're going to need it for Christmas too. And you can get it at hawthorne.co right now. Take the quiz, smell like what a questionnaire thinks you should.
Now let's talk about smell for a second here, Belle. Gamer Girl Bathwater. Can you just walk us through that entire thing, like the genesis of the idea, you know, how everything went, the actual procedure? I'm beyond curious.
Well, it started out with I wanted to think of something because I wanted to think of something weird that I could sell just because out of the fact like, oh, can I do that? Or can I, you know, what can I kind of get away with doing, right? So it kind of came along that stream of thought. I was like, oh, worn panties, that's already been done. So I was thinking something like, oh, maybe like, you know how everyone jokes about like your fingernails, but, you know, that's unfeasible. I can't grow fingernails that quick. And then it was like hair. I don't want to cut my hair.
That's
and
what stopped you from fingernails?
Fingernails? Wait, yeah, I didn't know that one was a thing, fingernails.
Well, I don't think it would be, which would be why it would be so great.
Wait, but yeah, think of the scarcity.
Well, imagine,
though.
imagine
there would only be a set amount of fingernails. You could sell them for an extreme price.
There's probably another OnlyFans person right now just sitting at home going, grow, come on, grow, damn it.
I need this paycheck.
Yeah, and you can like charge more for like a thumb or a pinky or something exclusive. But yeah, so it kind of went along those stream of thought. And then suddenly I was thinking of like things like spit, but that's really hard to do. And then it came to me and it was like, bathwater, like bottled bathwater. And I just thought that was great. And then I came up with like, I designed the packaging already. And then I was like, right, let me see if I can actually do it. I did not expect for it at all to, you know, get as big as it did, which is really, really cool that it did. But yeah, it was quite hectic living in my house for a little bit.
Well, it took off.
Yeah, it blew up.
It was brilliant.
How many baths did you have to have?
Around 6 or 7.
Oh, that's not many.
A day?
Well, it was like I filled them all up during like I think it was like a 3-day period or something. So I was just taking baths and like playing music and stuff, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty chill.
How long did you marinate in the bath?
It's more like Gamer Girl marinade than anything.
Well, I think some definitely were sitting in there longer than others, and I did spit in some also.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
God.
Did you add any like Krabby Patty
like a
secret
lucky
formula, like, you know, fart into some of it or like piss in the bath or anything?
No, not to my knowledge.
Did your whole operation kind of pipeline down that path? Like when you saw how big the bathwater was going, were you like, okay, I need to order more bathtubs and fill my house with these jars? And did that kind of become the full stop?
Work? How would more bathtubs work when there's only one Belle?
One lemon each bathtub.
Outsource.
Or that
Hire
someone
Bells on
else to be
Fiverr.
your gamer.
Oh yeah, I guess it is.
Hire that one guy's Asian wife to cosplay as Belle and get one in one of the tubs. No one's gonna know the difference.
Sorry, my mic went a bit weird. I'm back. Hello.
No, it's okay.
Welcome back.
So have you ever been tempted to go even further? Because a while back on this podcast, we talked about a woman who sells literal
shit-filled
Twinkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like deep fried shit nuggets that she sells for like $20 a pop.
I think I forgot about that.
Good old home cooking, yeah.
Yeah.
I check in on her every now and then. She's still going, by the way. She's
Jackson's her top OnlyFans.
she's got some new recipes in the oven. She's branching out.
Oh God.
She's creative.
I think. Yeah. I mean, I think the furthest I'd probably go is like a custom request, like pee or something. But I think shit is a bit too far. Plus, I don't shit. Like, of course I don't shit.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like Kim Jong-un. I don't shit.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just send out Twinkies then. Just empty Twinkies.
Yeah, you could like kiss the Twinkie or something, or like, ooh, chew it up and spit it back into the wrapper, maybe? That could work.
Ew. That
You could
could
like
be
come on a
good. I would
poster
do
and sell
that.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking like chewed up gum could be quite interesting.
Oh,
Not a bad
Are
idea.
you taking
Yeah.
also
pre-orders?
smart.
Pardon?
No, never mind. Don't worry about it.
You could like prepare meals, chew it up, and then spit it all in a jar and sell them all, like different recipes, like different meals. Pretty cheap.
Oh
like
my
at Mom.
Delphine's
God.
food.
That
Yeah.
would be great. Like a full roast dinner, like Belle Delphine roast dinner, Belle Delphine cereal.
That's a good idea, actually.
Chewed up and like spat
Have you?
out.
Some
Speaking
Mama
of that,
Bird
very
shit.
similar. Have you seen that that group of people that they cook exclusively using their mouths? Where like they'll make fucking like guacamole, and the
what?
way they like scoop the avocado out is they just put it in their mouth and then spit it into the bowl, and they cook with it because they think the cooking.
So what?
They think like the enzymes in your mouth make the food healthier and taste better.
So they just
I have
bite into
not
a raw
heard of
steak.
I guess. Like, so one of the videos I saw, like, they make like fucking pasta salad that way and salads and shit, but like they made guacamole and they take the avocado and cut it in half and just start biting chunks out of the center and spitting it into the bowl and then mix it in the ingredients. And they're like, yeah, I don't need a knife, and it helps make the food tastier. You could sell something like that.
That's my next venture. Thanks, guys.
That's the grossest thing I've heard so far.
Fucking terrible, I know, but hey,
I
think of the
think
money.
shit-filled Twinkies is worse.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
I don't know. This one is pretty. It's like right up there
you don't
with
know.
people who make beer from their vaginal yeast or yogurt.
Ugh.
Oh God.
Yeah, but you're comparing it to literal shit. I don't care what you say. The shit-filled Twinkies is the worst you can come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah. Props to
Yeah,
her
I
for coming
guess.
up with it. Disgusting.
I love reading the reviews on that site. They're so good.
Jackson, link the website in the Discord. I want to read it too.
We already read them. Remember, this was like 100 episodes ago. We went through like her top selling
Yeah.
shit Twinkies.
I
She
want
also
to read the
had
new
a,
ones though. I want to see if she has
no,
new
she-
customers.
It's more than just Twinkies though. She also does, what was it, like shit pies, which is pretty low effort because it's just like a pie tin
Shit
of
pizza,
shit.
I think.
Yeah, shit pizza.
And she has videos of. She sells all the videos of this too, of the production,
Yeah.
the behind the scenes, how the sausage is made, so to speak.
It would be pretty cool to say my job is selling my literal shit.
That would be pretty cool.
She's the most efficient woman on earth.
Yeah, I mean, she's doing things far beyond any of us. She is living the real life. She's conquering. She's monopolizing on her own. Yeah, shit, that's great.
So what do you think is going to be the next gamer girl bathwater from Belle Delphine? Do you have anything like big scheme in the works right now that you could share?
It's hard to say. I'm definitely working on something at the moment, but I'm not sure if I should say it or not. Well, let me just.
Give it to us in the form of a riddle. Maybe then.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll
Well, I
work.
know what I can say is I do actually want to break the world record for the most amount of sex toys. That's one thing I can say. I do want to do that. So I contacted Guinness and I'm waiting for them to respond to
Really?
me. It's
Wow.
like it would be super cool to get that official title.
You've just come here to brag, haven't you?
Well, you have.
Well, I don't know if I'm
Ooh,
going to
you-
win. I mean, I might not.
Yeah.
Charlie might
Belle,
get
you
it.
might
Work
be
cut
on
out for
a
ya.
you might be on a warpath
No.
here. If you look up sex toys world record, Charlie's YouTube channel is the second result.
I know.
Whoa.
I know.
Oh, you
Pretty
gotta step up your
crazy.
game. Gotta recruit
all-
some fans and have them send you sex toys.
This idea all came from me. I was just on YouTube and I was watching this woman who collects Garfield stuff. And I was like, that is so random. Her whole
God.
house is just Garfield. And I was like, oh, I wonder if there's a equivalent for this for me. And then I thought about it and I was just like, oh, duh. It would be it would be sex toys. That would be my thing. And then from that speared this whole weird thing. And now my house is just completely bombarded. I'm like, can't even get to my fridge. Just got dicks in front of it and stuff.
Do you have like
Yeah.
a favorite sex toy, something that you're super sentimental about?
Probably the
like,
Moby
what's your
Dude,
favorite
Jet.
one?
There is this one, and it's like it's like there's this whole genre of like fantasy dildos, right? And I'm kind of like on this terms of like on the string of that, and I'm kind of into that at the moment. So embarrassing.
They get extra large, don't they? Do they ever reach Moby Huge? So you could have like you could have like a fucking like, I don't know, a medieval castle decor where you just have giant dragon dicks lining your halls and shit.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool as shit.
That would be really, really cool. If I ever get to like that level of insanity, I'm gonna just decorate my house, and like people will come around for Christmas and be like, "What has happened to you? You've changed."
A little moat of lube in front of your castle of cock. Yeah.
I really like the idea of it's Christmas time and you invite your family over and they're just bombarded by a sea of dildos during the holidays.
Here, Bobby, here's your present. Oh, look, it's a dildo.
They're wading
again.
in waist-high water of cocks, and they have to like shuffle through it to get to the dinner spread.
Oh, God.
You know what either of you could do is buy a 3D printer and then outsource the 3D design for it, for a dildo. Like crowdsource it to your fans, and then it would be like you fuck all of your fans at once.
But
That's an interesting idea. It would be quite silicon paint 3D printing is quite hard though, isn't it? Like hard.
I don't know. I think it's gotten cheaper. You no longer have to sell your firstborn and your soul for it. I think it's better than it used to be 5 years ago.
The actual end product in the physical is not
Oh.
silicon.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't be
That's not
comfortable,
good, to be honest.
uncomfortable fucking those dildos then.
Oh God,
Yeah,
this
I have no idea.
conversation. Yeah. Yeah, probably. But good idea though. That actually is quite a good idea.
Well, if you do happen to sell something, make sure to offer a code official for 20% off. We'll be happy to sponsor it. Don't have to pay us. We'll
That
just
would
do
be
our part.
great. How about having them 3D printed with your faces each on like a set of them?
Oh, like as opposed to the dickhead, it's our heads.
Yes.
Well, that's
shaft.
fucking horrifying. I don't like that at all.
I don't think anyone does.
think of all the things we could see.
That's nightmare
Jackson.
fuel.
You'd be
We got
surprised.
wait. Would we have little like webcams in the eyes so that we could see what happens? We're contractually obligated to watch.
Oh my God.
They should have little speakers in them so you can push a button and hear us compliment you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we could
Nice
dirty talk 'em.
vag. Just push a
Whoa.
little button like a fucking.
Good work shaving.
Sure is damp in here.
Yeah. This is fun, isn't it?
Oh my
Ha ha.
I can't breathe. What the fuck is this?
I need air. Let
We
me
gotta be
out.
all muffled though, because we're inside there.
Oh, this is getting dark.
You know what?
I like
like
it
that
though.
this is a
Yeah.
brainstorming
Like
session.
like long distance relationships, maybe. Like, you know, we can't fuck, but I can literally fuck your head. That's quite great.
Oh, yeah, that'd be wholesome. They kind of have that, right? With like a wireless fleshlight and dildo thing where when you use it, the other one activates. It's kind of primitive
I
at the
think
moment,
so.
but
Yeah.
same idea.
Yeah,
I
that's
wonder
quite
what
good.
the lag is on that, though.
Oh, the input lag's probably rough.
Do you guys think people ever try to connect to each other and like the lobby is full or something, or the connection is just too bad? Or just one of them
Lobby
comes
is
and the
full.
other hasn't even started yet?
You have to use official Fleshlight servers. The other ones have mods on them that break your dick in half.
Yeah, just the ping's too high as well. It just doesn't get the job done.
It just shakes uncontrollably.
It vibrates out the door. Now, if you're going to connect to some sort of service that lets you do that over the internet,
Oh, nice.
whether it be sex toys or maybe video streaming or anything at all, really, you might want to protect yourself and your data and your connection. And I think there's a very special official boy who knows all about this next service. Why don't you tell him, Kaya?
That's right. That's ExpressVPN. And guess what? Very, very low ping, very low lag, especially if you pick a server in your own region. If you're in America, just pick an American server. Boom. Basically no delay or anything, no extra added ping. If you want to play your games, and let's say you want to retain your privacy and also still play League of Legends or something, it's not going to affect your gameplay. Or let's say you are in America and you want to watch some, I don't know, Netflix content in Vietnam. You can do that too, just change your region. They have servers in almost every country on Earth. You can change your region, circumvent all of the stupid fucking region blocks. There really isn't a whole lot to think about it either. You can simply download it. I always tell you guys, in the old days, we had to go into our phones, into our browsers individually, into the router sometimes in order to change the proxies and the VPN and the DNS settings and this and that. And then maybe if you got it right, you could somehow set up a VPN. These days, you download ExpressVPN, log in, hit a button, boom. It launches with your computer, you can install it on your router, by the way. So if you have guests over, they're automatically connected to your VPN. You don't even have to give them any sort of a special code or ask them to download it. Easy shit. You can install it on, like I said, your router. That way it works on your consoles, your phone, your computer, automatically, everything in your house. And you can get it on your phone too, by the way. So if you're out and about, roaming on data, you can still be connected to a VPN. So your fucking, phone plan or your phone company doesn't know what kind of Belle Delphine videos you're watching, and eventually maybe blackmail you and show up to your house or something. So, you definitely don't want the government, you don't want your ISP, you don't want any company to know what the hell it is you're doing online. Google is now, by the way, launching a VPN, I heard yesterday, which is the only reason we need VPNs is because of Google. For fuck's sake, the company who is the reason we need VPNs is launching their own VPN, which is, Google launching a VPN is like Ted Bundy launching a women's shelter. Good luck. Good luck. So if you're not an idiot, go to ExpressVPN. Go to a company that has not monopolized and has not become a surveillance empire. ExpressVPN actually keeps you safe. They're not in the business of selling your soul and your data. Okay, their only business is keeping you secure and private, and that's all they do. They have no extra fucking shit. They don't mail you with extra services. Oh, sign up to Express. No. VPN, download, hit a red button, you're secure. You're safe from Google, Twitter, Facebook, your ISP, the government. One button installation. And if you go to expressvpn.com/official, you get 3 months knocked off the yearly plan, which is cheap to begin with. And it helps us out. The guys will know that we sent you. So go to expressvpn.com/official to get a nice cheap deal. Stay nice and safe. And you know that you're safe because, again, ExpressVPN is a reliable company.
Just do it.
3 months for free at
Just do it.
expressvpn.com/official.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's beautiful.
Fucking hubris on them.
That was good.
Belle, you might
I
wanna
really
use
like
that
the
too.
ad reads. Yeah.
We tried very hard. Thank you.
Yeah.
They weren't always so magnificent.
So then, Belle, I'll take the lead here. I seem to recall your Instagram account was unjustly banned, what was it, a year or so ago?
Yeah.
And did you ever get that Instagram account back?
No, I didn't, sadly.
What was the reason for its ban? Wasn't it like a group of people on Twitter led a brigade against it or something like that?
I think so, yeah. There's been quite a few times, like, online where suddenly there's huge waves of people trying to, like, I don't know, like, report my stuff and then, like, or spam. I just noticed it comes in waves. So I guess that time the wave won.
Who is it spearheaded by? Is it salty, angry men, or is it like jealous, other OnlyFans women who are angry at you for hogging the empire?
I know this one time it was led by these people who were trying to make this movement saying like, oh, sex workers don't pay their taxes or whatever. Let's report all the sex workers to
that was a long time
IRS.
ago. Yeah, I remember that.
And that was quite strong. That's the reason why someone came to my house, because they posted on like the front of my door like pay your taxes, which is ironic because I do. But yeah, it's just I just think it kind of comes in waves, but I should have expected it. Well, not necessarily, because there are girls that do way more than I think that I did, but I was doing lewd content and posting it, so I suppose that's why I got taken down.
It's the worst hill to die on, too. You're really gonna be... you're fucking quarterbacking for the IRS now? Really? A lot of people out there live on, under the table, I guess, income, like waitresses getting tips that they don't always, it either doesn't add up to an amount where you would have to pay taxes, or it remains under the table because they need it to survive. And so if you find somebody who is somehow getting away with not paying their taxes legally, learn from them. Don't report them. Ask them for advice, you asshole.
I think it's the mindset of I'm getting fucked and I'm unhappy, so I want everyone to get fucked and be unhappy. I think that's where it comes from.
Maybe from like their perspective, I can kind of understand. I mean, I'm going to generalize, but I'm going to generalize that these guys who are really angry about it are probably working like, you know, annoying jobs at, like a normal job, normal hours, which is a long days for like X amount. And I guess they're seeing these girls and I can understand from their perspective, it's annoying seeing these girls making, easy money from OnlyFans or whatever.
Perceiving someone doing they think an extremely easy job and then earning so much more than them, even though they work like 20 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I understand that too, but stick together, for God's sake. Don't ever, the moment you're on the IRS's team, come on.
People have this like natural inclination for vengeance and justice, even when it doesn't benefit them or give them retribution at all. Like if you're driving and you get pulled over for speeding, your first thought is always like, well, what about everyone else who was speeding? What about them? Why didn't you pull them over?
To the IRS's credit, they were getting crafty about it too. Didn't they offer rewards for every person you reported and it turned out to be, a crime?
No, that's the first I've heard of those bounties.
I'm not sure.
I think that was a thing.
Imagine sex worker like bounty hunters.
Biggest fucking losers there is, Jesus. I'm an IRS bounty hunter.
It's just an account.
I kinda...
It really is.
The only
it's
instance
auditor.
where I'm on board... The only time when I'm on board with this is shit like the Panama Papers, when it's actual billionaires and ultra-rich Hollywood elites with their private islands, because they really are assholes. All of them on Twitter talking about, it wouldn't be awesome if we were all fucking socialists. Okay, fuck you. You have accounts in Panama, fuck you.
That's Belle's point. That's how these men perceive people on OnlyFans and such, is as these billionaires.
I guess.
That's how they picture it.
I'm gonna... Whatever. I just feel like those people are in a different league of their own. If, Jeff Bezos doesn't pay his taxes, go after him. Don't go after some girl on Chatter Debate or whatever those websites are now, or OnlyFans or Patreon.
Yeah.
Agree.
You're going after small fish, is what I'm saying.
Agree.
Well, that was mean.
That was mean. Belle, I don't think you're a small fish. You have like, what, $10 million from Patreon?
Oh, I didn't...
Relatively.
Belle's a billionaire. Right.
I think everyone is still poor compared to Mega Mind Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
I think he didn't even have to show his dick for it.
That's not true. Remember his bulge pics leaked, and he's like, "Yep, that's my fucking dick." You remember that?
Well, once you become a billionaire, you should have to spread your ass cheeks for the public. You should have to release your nudes.
No, they didn't even leak though, did they? As far as I remember,
yeah, he got blackmailed, right?
I think some foreign country was blackmailing him, and he dropped this long blog post saying, "Dude, I'm rich. What do I care if you leak my dick pic? What do you think I'm going to do? Fucking take down the Washington Post because you're blackmailing me?" Which was, I guess, one of the conditions is that they wanted him to take down or fire certain Washington Post editors, or else they leak his nudes. That was the blackmail, I guess.
Did we end up seeing his dick? Is it out there?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, then I'm not interested.
So I think we need to reiterate, just to give people context on how much money Jeff Bezos has made in between the last time we talked about this. Do you remember when Jeff Bezos, we were talking about it on the podcast, it was like, yeah, he just beat Bill Gates. He's finally the richest man on earth. Isn't that amazing? So currently Bill Gates is sitting at 118 billion. Jeff Bezos is now at $193 billion. Almost double the second richest man on the planet.
And didn't he also sell a bunch of his Amazon stock recently, like $3 billion worth?
I don't know what he's done to do that, but I'm looking at the number like today as is. That's where we're at. And he's still going. Yeah. What is it? He makes $200,000 an hour or something.
Do you have any super successful men subscribe to your OnlyFans, Belle? Like millionaires or anything like that?
I've definitely got successful people, but no one really discusses, and I find it rude to ask oh, how rich are you? sort of thing. But I definitely think, there are people who tip money that's beyond ability for, people in normal jobs. So I assume so. But it's hard to say. I've had someone a while ago who worked at Apple and apparently was quite high up. I'm surprised he even said that because I would have thought they would have been like really.
I bet his dad
Jobs.
worked for Microsoft too.
It's Steve Jobs. He's just going through
Yes.
OnlyFans now.
He's just wearing a fake mustache out in the wilderness. Just
Hello,
wrapped
I'm
up.
Jeeves Stubbs, and I love your OnlyFans.
But I think on
goes
the
out.
most part, like, I had expectations going into this that I thought that there was going to be a different type of demographic than there actually is. I thought it was going to be like, you know how the whole stereotype, like, old guys on the internet in their basements.
Yeah.
But I've noticed I don't think I have, not that I know of anyway, like any old people. I think they're mostly around like 21 to like maybe late 20s. I think that's my kind of demographic that I see.
Yeah, old people wouldn't even know how to navigate the internet at this point.
Well, no. Usually when they say that, it's like
I-
30s. Like people in their 30s, you know, like mid-30s and shit like that. That's what I would have
They're
expected.
probably more mad that
Yeah,
Belle's
like
taking her
middle-aged.
clothes
Yeah.
off. Like they're trying to find out how to tell her to put them on.
I think all of the old people, they're probably still on Omegle and chat roulette trying to figure out where all the girls went. Like, what happened? One day I'll log on and I can no longer whip my dick out. What's going on? They're not with the fucking times.
That's probably accurate.
It's definitely I think like my demographic is definitely like, you know, the whole gamer guy type thing. For
That's
sure.
us.
We're gamers.
Not to brag or anything. but
I've played a game.
Yeah.
I think every guy is probably a gamer guy now because of the whole, staying indoor type thing.
No.
we should
Which is
diminish
great.
our only victory. The only labels we could put on ourselves, really.
No.
We're
Being a
gamers.
gamer is a huge achievement, only achieved by a few. You can't just
yeah.
become a gamer. You're born one.
Well, you guys are all the epic gamers. You're in a different category. You are epic.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so
That was
much.
nice.
Thank you. Yes,
I'm
indeed.
finally vindicated.
You know Andrew plays Magic the
I'm glad-
Gathering too?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes.
Nice.
Feel free to ask him about
I
this.
play Worms Armageddon. I'm sure you've heard of it.
Are these jokes?
No.
Are these
Yeah, no
jokes?
one would ever
plays
seriously
Worms.
play Worms Armageddon. Come on.
Yeah. I like that's where she asks when it comes to worms.
I am hurt. I am hurt. I'll show all of you. Fuck you. I'll make my own Worms Armageddon tournament with blackjack and hookers. I don't need any of you. Fuck you. I'm gonna make it happen, and you're gonna beg me to let you in.
Oh my god.
So how did this actually start for you, Belle? Like, when did it begin? What was your entry into the world?
Well, I've always been like an avid internet type user. I've always been like really drawn to it. So I was always like, up late when I was meant to like wake up early for school, just browsing the internet. And then I just end up like sleeping at school. I've always been completely just obsessed. And then I guess when I started having loads of free time on my hands, like when I left school, I just really delved into it. And then I was spending probably like 12 hours a day on the internet every single day because I didn't really do anything else. And I just consumed it. And then I wanted to like dress up and post my own photos. So that's kind of what I did. And then when I turned 18 and a half, that's when I started being like, I'm kind of interested in making, more lewd type content. And I saw these other cosplay girls. Like I looked up so much to Jessica Negri. She was like my inspiration, and I always followed her like cosplay stuff. And I wanted to do cosplay, but I wasn't like, it's really hard to like, make these high level costumes. So I kind of did cheap cosplay where I just bought the costume and wore it and stuff. And then that's kind of how I started. And it's been fun. It's interesting because I've always been kind of like a sexual person. I've always really been interested in, speaking about it and hearing about it. So it's weird having a job that's in that field.
So where do you see it going from here? Are you just going to keep grinding and doing lewd stuff?
Well, no, I am thinking of amping it up because I'm not going to be on the internet forever. And I think there will come a time I think, where I will just probably do everything, and then I think I'll leave. I think that's what I'll do.
Just fly away forever.
bold.
Never see the internet again.
Do you think you're going to be able to give up the internet though? Do you think you can escape it?
I definitely think so. I definitely think so. Like, even though I'm a really internet type person, whenever I'm out in public, I don't actually have a phone that I use. I just use my phone to take photos for. I don't actually use it. So whenever I'm out in public, I don't bring a phone, which probably isn't safety-wise great. That's probably the worst thing I could do. But I'm very good at switching off. But I find it... like whenever I'm out with people, I'm 100% their attention, and I won't think about anything else. And so I'm very good with putting things down when I have to. So I think when the time comes, like my 1 year break, for example, it didn't, it was stressful at first because I thought my career was wrecked. But aside from that, I actually had a really good year. I was like really in, the moment, spending time with friends and traveling a little bit, and it was really refreshing and nice. Yeah, nice. I think everyone could do with being in the real world a little bit more. I think people should definitely know when's the right time to put down their phone.
That's pretty good advice.
That's always good advice. Everybody hates that one person who's always on their phone when you're watching a movie together or at dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, yeah.
That is good advice. Just fucking put that thing down and live a little.
Like, when you're showing someone a movie and it's like coming to the good bit, and then you look over and they're at their phone. Dude.
You just want to share the
someone's
moment with
messaging
someone.
me. Fuck you.
Yeah. Not good. Be a good friend. I think that's a good advice. It's just like be a good friend and kind of look at what your friends trying to show you or interested in or speaking to you about and pay them the attention that you'd want on yourself,
Just be a human being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that was very wholesome. That was unexpectedly wholesome. So when do you think that day may come? Is it sometime soon, or is that in the distant future where you finally wave goodbye to the internet?
I reckon, it's hard to say because it depends. There's definitely things that I love doing. Like I love making YouTube videos and stuff. They're really fun. And I love being able to speak to people who I admire. That's crazy. And that's something that I literally wouldn't be able to do if I wasn't prominent or whatever on the internet. And that's been really fun. And I love the whole creative aspect of it. I think the one thing that I don't like about it is just... it's very intense. It's hard to stop. You have to keep going. When it's kind of your job, you can't really take a break on the internet because the internet's very expectant. They want content and they want it now and they want it regular. So I think I'll probably slow that down in a year or two and then maybe just use it for fun.
Okay.
This reminds me of...
You've got a year left to buy nudes.
Yeah, it's on the clock now.
And artificial scarcity incoming. Here we go.
Bye.
It reminds me of...
Hoard while you can.
Did you guys see... on the topic of retirements, did you guys see Alex Jones recently on Joe Rogan?
I saw he was on there. I didn't watch the whole thing yet.
Yeah, so if you watch it, Alex Jones gets shit-faced, but Joe Rogan doesn't drink because it was like sober October and he was very strict about it, that he didn't want to drink. But Alex Jones got like a bottle of whiskey into it and accidentally admitted that the only things these days that he consumes are caffeine and alcohol, and that he's miserable and that he plans on retiring next year. Now, reminder, this is the guy whose entire living is selling bogus health pills that supposedly give you superpowers. But he got shit-faced and accidentally let slip that he's miserable, hopped up on caffeine and alcohol and, wants to retire already.
So someone like him,
I guess
miserable?
That's a good lesson.
My God, how could this happen?
I know. I mean, if you go on his website, the very first pop-up you get is like, oh, get these pills. They'll make you super smart and super healthy. And here he is admitting that, no, I want to retire, man. I'm miserable. So I guess it's a good lesson for everyone to, call it a day before you end up like Alex Jones.
Yeah. That's a fate no one should want.
Yeah, Belle, just don't become Alex Jones. Okay?
I'll try not to. Tomorrow you'll check into my Twitter and I'll just
Alex Jones
have
cosplay.
the face of Alex Jones. Yeah.
Those interdimensional pedophile vampires are coming. Quick, go to my OnlyFans to be safe.
Sandy Hook.
I kind of want to see that now, Belle. I'll pay out the asshole for it. That's fair. I'm good for
Yeah,
it.
can you cosplay Alex Jones for me, please? God damn it. I need it.
I can't become Alex Jones, but I can 3D print him on a dildo.
Yes.
How about
Yes.
that?
Perfect.
Hey, well,
Beautiful face.
we called dibs.
Yeah.
Fuck. What was the other? There's a question we usually ask. Charlie, you do the honors.
The masturbation question.
Yeah, I know it seems tame for this guest, but I think we should
It
ask
seems
it anyway.
banal now.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is a tradition around these parts, Belle. Do you have any weird masturbation stories? Also, as a heads up, you are only the third girl on this podcast in 4 years, and so far the other two have shared no masturbation stories, if you can believe that.
Really? Wow.
They didn't
Okay.
want to.
I once masturbated in a public toilet. Is that weird?
That's expected. We need something real
Yeah.
wacky.
Yeah,
Who hasn't
what
done
the fuck?
that?
I did that
Yeah.
3 times today.
Yeah. I was going to head over to one after
was
this
something
episode.
new.
Yeah.
Okay, can you give me an example
That's
of
the
like
only
yours?
place I
Like
masturbate.
what kind of things do you guys do? Jesus.
Kaya dips his cock in candle wax.
Oh my.
It's been
You
wild.
can also include sex stories if that, like, I don't know, brings
No,
up some
no,
interesting.
that-
What the fuck?
We've had
that
some
breaks
guests. We've had some
Okay.
guests who had to
Of
do
the
that.
sport.
Remember who was it who broke the toilet seat in the restaurant bathroom?
Oh, that was
Lewis Spears, right?
Was
yeah.
that Daniel
yeah.
Sloss?
No.
No, Lewis Spears.
Lewis Spears. That was it. Yeah. If that adds into the interesting story pile, go ahead.
Okay, I think I have one. It's not that weird. I mean, I feel like the bar is pretty freaking high for this.
A lot of
whatever is
stiff
counted as
competition
weird.
in this category. Don't be afraid.
Yep.
But you know how girls like use like fruit and stuff at the beginning?
What
Or,
the fuck?
or like, you know,
Training wheels.
like
Yeah,
bananas
yes,
or
of
like
course, yeah.
cucumbers. I didn't want to like damage the banana. Not like I was gonna like put it back in the fruit bowl afterwards, but I did put like a full balloon over it. It was like a makeshift like condom, basically.
Condom, that's cute.
Oh.
Taking care of the banana.
Like a regular
Nice.
ass balloon that you'd get at Party City.
Yeah, like a regular.
Oh, that must have been so
balloon.
uncomfortable.
It must have been difficult to squeeze over the banana. Was it one of those elongated, like, clown balloons where they make animals out of it?
No, it's just like a normal shaped balloon.
Ooh.
You can stretch them. Some of them blow up really big.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah.
have to give it a try.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that technique when I'm practicing my kegels.
So what did you do with the banana at the end of it? Was it salvageable?
I think it was salvageable, yes, but I don't think. I know you guys want me to say that I ate it, but I don't think I did.
No!
No, I want you to say that you
Ruined.
saved it and it's gonna be on your website for sale.
Fuck! Scrap the episode.
That would be huge.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll. That's my next project after the eating like food and spitting it out.
Opportunistic as ever. I like it.
Now that's some real pioneering right there.
Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I think
Well,
that's,
Belle,
yeah.
it's been an absolute delight talking to you.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you for
we're
having me
reaching
on.
the end of this episode. So
Yeah.
if there's anything left that you would like to tell our audience or shout out, please go ahead.
I suppose if you want to see more of me, you can check my OnlyFans. I don't know how else to say it. I don't have an ad read as good as yours. But another thing is, Charlie, I will beat you in this competition.
That's very silly. Now we're treating it like a WWE promotional here. That's
My God.
outlandish.
My God.
never
She's
beat
bringing
me.
out the Moby Huge. My God.
Not in this Thunderdome, JR. I tell you, it's I'm unbeatable in this category.
Belle, be
is there
careful.
a
He
deadline?
gets addicted to things really quickly and
I've
dedicates
seen with
his
the
entire
Pokemon
life.
cards.
Oh,
yeah.
it's
Charlie's
insane.
entire
Addiction.
life
Is there a
he will-
deadline?
Sleeping
Charlie's
lion.
entire life is he'll have a month of a hobby and an obsession. Like, I need these sex toys. I need to get them. They're my only care in the world. Can I get more? And then once that ends, it's, hey, Charlie, what about your sex toys? I'm done. It's a
No, that I never give up on anything.
With sex toys, it's not.
well, sex toys might be different,
I
but
think
there's
sex toys and Pokemon are the two things that he's consistently stuck with. I think
It's also the only two
Okay,
things
hang
I've
on,
ever
though.
collected. What do you mean?
Is there,
true.
Belle and Charlie, is there a deadline for this contest, though? Because I know, Belle, you said you contacted Guinness. Did they give you a date or anything?
Oh yeah.
No,
question.
not yet. But I think I'm going to post, like, because I want to do a room tour of, like, all my dildos and stuff. And I think, because I'm still waiting on them to all arrive, because I've ordered, like, fucking loads on the internet, but obviously I have to wait for them to arrive. So I think around a month and a half is when I'll properly have a number, like my number of how many I have.
Okay, I'll have to get a dildo collecting
Okay,
shit.
well,
then.
since-
Yeah, no, I think we should get a third party to also go out to your houses and make sure everything's right. Like count all the dildos and sex toys.
Yeah,
and
I
then
was
give an
about to
official
say,
count.
since Guinness is all washed up and pathetic now, how about you just, in a month and a half or 2 months, you come back on and then we officially tally up between you and Charlie and see who the winner is. And the loser has to leave the podcast, Charlie.
Yeah, nothing quite like the official seal of approval when it comes to Guinness records.
Oh, yeah, it's so much. Yeah, because the Guinness book is so much more, dignified. But what was it?
Yes, they
We
are,
went on their website
technically.
recently. It was like the most breaths taken in a day. Shit like that.
See, I feel like this needs to be a category. I can't find an official number online of the
not.
most sex toys. But why is it not? It's like sex toys is like a huge thing, right?
The world just isn't ready for it yet, Bill. But we'll make it ready
Yeah.
on the official
Yeah.
podcast.
We'll bring them kicking and screaming
You're
into
pioneers.
the future.
I really like the idea of like the whole political thing going on in the world, and then it's just like the next like battle down is me versus Charlie of who has the most sex toys.
it'll be on
That's the
CNN by
real-
tomorrow.
The real thing.
Yeah.
That's what people should
We'll
care
get
about.
to the bottom of it. All right. Well, thank you, Belle, for joining us. We really appreciate you coming on and giving us the chance.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Kaya, do you want to shout out our shit?
Patreon.com/theofficialpodcast. We have yearly plans now. If you want to subscribe for a whole year with a slight discount, you get 2 bonus episodes a week, and that's about it. You can support us and get your bonuses. The newest one, I think, came out yesterday. So there you go. If you want to support us, go check that out. Patreon.com/theofficialpodcast.
Full disclosure, there's
bonus
nothing
content.
exciting like nudes or lewds or anything.
That's not
like
true.
that.
Hey,
Kaya,
hey, shush. Hey,
Not yet.
Hey.
No, that's not true
Yeah.
though. Kaya has his entire poster covered in cum for $50,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
that's
true.
right.
Yeah.
That's for sale.
Wow.
Also, nothing gets them off harder than listen to our
Still.
sultry voices on bonus episodes. Let's be honest.
Oh, yes. Maybe eventually we'll post nudes though. We'll see.
Right.
All right.
And speaking of posting nudes, again, thank you, Belle, for coming on. Really appreciate having you on the show.
Thank you.
I like how that's my outro.
Only the best.
All right.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for coming on, and
Thanks,
thanks
bye.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.